Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily go getterism number 580 for May 4th, 2016. Tonight I want to talk to y'all about people who stop doing things for people because they think that if they keep doing them, then people will get tired of them. Let me see if I can break this down a little bit. For some reason, let's say if when you're in a new relationship or whatever, and y'all getting it in all hot and heavy. Let's say y'all really are strongly attracted to each other, and things are going well. So y'all doing for each other. You doing for her. She's doing for you, and y'all having sex a lot. Maybe I don't know, 6-7 times a week, whatever. Maybe even multiple times throughout the days, whatever. If y'all have the time to be able to do it like that. And it's going well. Everything is going well in the relationship. But sometimes if a woman has some type of insecurity and she figures that you have a high sex drive or something like that, and maybe she can't fulfill it or whatever. And this is just an example. Maybe she might start scaling back on on the sex or whatever. She'll stop having sex with you as much as she was having sex with you before. Now, that sounds crazy. But in her mind, she may think that, well, if I keep giving it to him and giving it to him and giving it to him, he's going to get tired of me. Maybe he'll stretch my shit out and it won't be as tight as it used to be and all so crazy stuff. Now, that's what she's thinking. She's thinking that she's preserving herself for the future and she's keeping him, excited and anticipating. But that's not how he's feeling. He's taking it like, wait a minute, we're not having no problems or nothing like that, and we was having sex all this time and on a regular basis, and I was getting used to that, and all of a sudden she stops. So we went from 5 days a week, now we only down to 2 days a week, and it just happened out of the blue. He's going to be thinking that either she doesn't like the way we have sex, or that maybe somebody else is getting it, or whatever. He's going to take that personally. He's not going to look at it like, that you're afraid that he's going to get tired of you. And number one, that's just a crazy way to be thinking anyway. Why would you think that somebody was going to get tired of you when you're giving them what they want? They're going to get tired of you not giving them what they want, I would think. It's just a crazy situation. And then the bad part about it, the really bad part about it is that that's a form of control. It's like using something as a weapon. And a lot of people claim that they don't use things as a weapon, but the proof is in the pudding. And maybe they don't even realize that that's what they're doing. And maybe sometimes they do realize what they're doing. I've heard women actually admit that they have used sex as a weapon. They figured that was the only thing that they really had as far as a bargaining chip was concerned, so they played it. It's crazy. That would be just like if a man was taking care of you financially. Let's say in the beginning of the relationship, he was knocking you down with cash, trips to the mall, giving you cash money, buying you gifts, all kinds of stuff like that. He was really spending, and he's still making the same amount of money or more than he was making at the time he was doing this. But now he doesn't spend on you as much. He doesn't give you as much. He doesn't do the things that he used to do, and you have become used to that. It was like a lifestyle, and all of a sudden he just stops. He just really slows down. It's going to raise flags in your mind. You're like, what's going on? Why did you just stop doing what you was doing? I understand that you were spoiling me or whatever, but did I do something for you to stop spoiling me? So it's the same concept, really. And I mean, listen, if you want to keep things going smoothly in a relationship, you got to keep the lines of communication open. You can't just stop doing something because you think that that's the best thing to do in order to make somebody else do something. And that's another problem. Even if you don't realize that you're using something as a weapon, you do know that you're not doing the same things that you used to do, and you're doing that consciously. So it's not like a mistake or something like that. where you can rationalize like, yo, I'm gonna get back on this as soon as I do this or do that. Especially with the sex thing. See, a lot of women believe that they're giving themselves to their men when it comes to sex, and that's not really a fair way of thinking about things, because in a relationship that's healthy, two people give to each other. It's give and take. It's give and take. Y'all might not give equally. Y'all might not be able to give at the same time and in the same way, but the effort has to be the same. One person has to want the other person to enjoy themselves. You have to give love, and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. Also, it's not always about sex. Sometimes it can be love. So if you've been given freely of yourself in a loving and affectionate way, you know what I mean? It could be a whole lot of things. Your man likes back rubs, or your woman loves foot rubs, and you've been providing these things. Affection, intimacy, love. You've been doing all of these things, and you think that if you keep doing them, then somebody's going to take unfair advantage of you. It's a foolish way of thinking, and it really goes towards your insecurity. This is Colin Reed, man. This is the bomb. But yeah, it's a form of insecurity, because you really should be feeling like that your love is so strong for a person that it would be hard for them to get used to you not being around. Not if you keep giving freely of yourself, you're going to empty out your bank, and your emotional bank, or your affectionate bank, or your sexual bank, or whatever. That if you keep doing that, then somebody's going to get tired of it too, because it's like eating spaghetti every night. See, notice I ain't say chicken every night, because I can eat chicken every night and be high with that. So, but not everybody can do that. There's different ways you can prepare it. This is banging. Anyway, it is what it is. Tasty. It is what it is. We have to take responsibility for the things that we do, because we're going to be the ones that reap the consequences when things don't go down the way we planned them. And when we're young and we're immature, of course, we make moves that are not well thought out. As we get older, we should have learned better how to do some things, but not everybody comes into their own at the same time. So that's when we need to listen to reason. If somebody tells you that they like something, that means they probably like it. And if they tell you that they don't like something, that means that they probably don't like it. So if we treat what they're telling us like it's the opposite, then you're using whatever you have as a weapon, and that's not a good thing. It's not going to work out. It's not going to turn out well for you. I'm not saying that somebody's going to abuse you physically or anything like that, but if you are forced to not be with somebody that you want to be with, what other abuse do you need? Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and listen. You can't be using sex as a weapon. You can't be using money as a weapon. You can't be using your love and affection as a weapon. You can't be using a whole lot of other things that you give freely of yourself as a weapon. What you need to do is keep the lines of communication open with your baby, and let them know what it is that you like and what it is that you expect. And then you ask the same of them. What do you like and what do you expect? Have I been doing these things? What can I do a little bit more to make things a little bit more comfortable for you? What can I do? Now, take your clothes off. Speaking of taking your clothes off, the Urban Therapy with Son show is tonight. And tonight we're talking about body image issues. Body image issues. Hating the way you look. It's serious. Hating the way you look. We're going to get into it tonight. If you've ever had any insecurities about anything on your body, I don't care if it's a blemish, a pimple, I don't care if you've ever had problems taking off all of your clothes in front of somebody, then that's a problem. I mean, if you were supposed to be taking your clothes off in front of them. I'm not talking about when you go to the doctor's office
or flashing out there, something like that. What I'm talking about is when you're with somebody that you really like and y'all about to get it in and you scared to get undressed because you think that your body is ugly. That's a problem. If you find it hard to be social with other people, even with your clothes on because you don't like yourself, that's a problem. And we're going to talk about that tonight. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Call in number 347-677-1533. Let's get it in tonight, man. Let's make this thing happen. And drink Colden, man. Yo, Daily Go Getimism number 78. Learn how to make this. It's the bomb. I ain't lying. Mm-hmm. So green.